Great day, everyone. Great day. It is Monday, March 23rd, 2026. This is the Oracle at 8. I'm Matthew Levi. And it's going to be a really good day. A great day, actually. Great day. Again, another one of those days where I'm running on divine timing here. Running on divine timing. Stayed up late last night. Woke up a little late this morning. But, again, perspective. That's what I have here, and that's what I have to offer here, is perspective. And so we're going to do that again today. I had an interesting couple of days. And it's been an interesting morning so far. So, anyway, thank you all for joining me this morning. Thank you, Tasha, for hopping on this morning from the front room. Looking forward to spending the day with you. But we're gonna have to let this charcoal heat up here for a second. Because, like I said, running on divine timing here. Running on divine timing. Anyway, I'll go ahead and light my sweetgrass here while that charcoal heats up. And smudge us off. Prayer with the sweetgrass this morning. Prayer with the sweetgrass. So, I just want to thank Great Spirit today for this day and this opportunity to be of service to the greater good and the highest good for the collective. I call and pray to the four winds, the powers of the water, the air, the earth, and the fire, and to the Great Spirit, the source creator of all that is, and everything in between and the unseen. I ask you to come to this medicine circle. Surround us with your light, with your love, your grace, your peace. Sever and remove any and all cords of fear, doubt, insecurity, anxiety. Those energetic cords, emotion that weigh us down to the past, tie us to the past, and prevent us from stepping into the future and living in the present moment. I thank you, Great Spirit, blessing me, Matthew Levi, with the gifts of vision and clarity, the voice to share what I see, and what I hear, what I know. I am Matthew Levi. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the light of the world. I am the Oracle. Reach in there and grab some of that smudge. Good day, Ren. Great day to you. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for joining me this morning. Sweetgrass don't want to sit up there on the pot. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. It's a great day. It's a great day. All the transiting planets are now direct. So a lot of people and a lot of things should really start moving and picking up in the world. And it gives each and every one of us an opportunity to really focus and start moving forward in the direction that we want to go. And essentially that's the main message today, is to just live, is to actually live life. You know, sort of the difference between living and just existing, if that makes sense. I look around the world and I see a lot of people just sort of existing in the world, just sort of trying to figure it out and just existing, just trying to survive or get through the day, from this day to the next, and really maybe sort of missing missing the actual life I'm in it. So live life today. Contemplate on what it means to actually live rather than just exist. To live in this world rather than just exist in it, you know. To be in the world but not of it. So as I hear Matthew McConaughey as Wooderson from Dazed and Confused, you know, when he's giving his little monologue out there on the football field, you know, they try to give you a bunch of rules that you want you to follow, but you just got to keep living, man. Just LIVIN, just keep living. And that to me is about being present in the moment and using all of your senses to take in the moment. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you feel, what you sense with your intuition, and just really experience it rather than just exist in it. Kind of contemplative and deep, I know, but that's really, I think, the message today. That's sort of what I was reminded of in several moments over this past couple of days, is to live, to really live. And I have been guilty of it, of just sort of just existing and not truly living. And the greatest gift that we have here in this incarnation is the ability to live how we choose, because it's all our choice and it all depends on our perspective and where we choose to direct our energy and our focus. You know, we've said it before here a great number of times, what you put out is what you get back. And that we create our reality based on what we see, what we think, what we feel, and what we project out. And so when it comes to actually living life, making it enjoyable, right? Because it's supposed to be enjoyable. It's not supposed to be drudgery and constant pain and suffering and constant conflict and challenges and difficulty. It can be if that's what we focus our attention on and what we direct our attention at. Conversely, it can be the other way if we direct and focus our attention there. And that requires presence, being present in the moment and allowing the moment to unfold without any kind of insistence or expectation. And that can be the challenge. I feel that is sort of the greatest challenge about incarnating here in this plane, in this physical plane of existence, is not focusing on the past or the future so much, but in the present moment, because everything is dictated from the present moment and how you actually live in the present moment. And so today the main message is to live, really live. And what does it mean to live? You know, it's, Tasha and I talk all the time about this thing. It's the little moments, the little things in life that truly can make it enjoyable. You know, just the little things like just sitting in conversation with someone you love, being fully present for them and listening to them and allowing them to receive you and allowing you to receive them, and really what that means, and with all of your senses. Or the little things, you know, the excitement, the adventure of charting a new path, of doing something different for the first time, of being a beginner, of, you know, go back to Friday's message about new beginnings in the beginner's mind, and being childlike, you know, and what that truly means, you know, to play, to have fun, to experience new things, to experience life from the present moment. You know, that's one of the greatest gifts that the children have, is they're present. You know, I remember back my childhood, you know, a lot of it until a certain age was just being in the moment with your friends, you know, running through the woods, riding your bike, building a ramp, you know, working around the animals on the farm. It was filled with presence and taking it all in. And so I think it's important for all of us to keep that in mind as we move forward, just to be present and to allow your life to unfold, and allow the things that are meant for you to come, and allow the things that are no longer serving you to fall away. We've talked about how it works, how the heart is a magnet, and it's charged with our emotions, and powered by our thought, and it draws what we're feeling and thinking in that present moment to us. And if we really shift ourselves into that present moment and just allow, I really truly think that it can be life-changing, truly life-changing and life-altering, and set you on a new course. I really do. And so I, Matthew here, am going to work very hard at being in the present moment. I know, me personally, I spend a lot of time in contemplation. I don't really contemplate a lot of the stuff of the past anymore, or the future. It's me contemplating what's happening in the present moment. You know, I had a moment last night. Boy, yeah, that's cedar. I had a moment last night. Tasha and I were watching a program, and on the program, a story about suicide came up. And as many of you may know, Tasha and I have firsthand experience with that. And it brought some things up in that present moment, and just sent me into a bit of a contemplation mode. And what snapped me out of it was this little peace wreath that we have in the hallway that's got lights on it, that is always turned off. We always keep the lights off, but this thing just flashed. It just lit up long enough to grab my attention, and then went out. And what it did was trigger to come back to the present moment, because I had been sort of contemplating a little bit about the future, you know, because of the topic at hand. And it was just a reminder, it's okay. It's okay. He's going to be okay. He is okay. You know, and he's going to be okay. And so it snapped me back and brought me back to the present moment. Cried a little bit, shed a few sacred tears, which was really just a purging of that sort of bit of a moment where I had some concern about my grandson, you know, and his future, and how he shows up in the world, and what's for him, and how he's creating his life. And I don't need to worry because I know he is extremely capable. He's so smart and he's so filled with life. And I really believe, I really do. It's no longer belief. I know that the time he had with his dad before he left us was important, and that the lessons he learned and his father taught him stuck, because his dad was one that did live in the moment. Taylor lived in the moment. Taylor lived life. He really did. And so it brought me back to maybe where I may be holding back in living my life and being able to share it with you guys. So anyway, that's the main message today. To actually live, to no longer to move from existing, just doing life, just, you know, the routine stuff, to really being present and living that experience, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to live. We're here to give life meaning, you know, because it's essentially meaningless unless we give it meaning. That's the whole point. And whatever meaning, either positive, negative, or however you want to describe it, is what you're going to get out of it. And so if you ascribe a positive or agreeable or benevolent or beneficial meaning to the present moment, that's exactly what you're going to get out of it. And conversely, the other way will be what you get out of it. So today I encourage each and every one of you that are watching and will watch this playback to really maybe contemplate on what that means for you, and where you may or may not be holding yourself back from actually living and stepping into your true self, what your soul, your spirit self, your God self is asking you to do and to let go of, that prevents you from actually living and enjoying and experiencing life to the fullest. So that's the message today. That's the message today. Yes, Dina. Yes, live happy now. And thank you all for joining me. Those of you that are with me, I could see Dina and Carolyn and Ren and Tasha. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for being here. As Tasha said, I try to honor my son every day because it's the hardest thing to know. I can't see him anymore, but I can feel his love. Yeah. And I know last night in that moment, that was him. That was him from the unseen, flipping that light on, because I was thinking about him and his son, my grandson. And that was them, him, and everybody else in the unseen that works for me, telling me, don't worry, we've got him. He's going to be fine. He's going to be so great. The kid is so full of life. He's got so much potential in the world at his feet, man. And what's awesome is he has the energy and the capacity to make that happen for him. Just like each and every one of you do. Just like I do. So today we are going to be present and we are going to live life. We're going to stop existing and start living. You know, we're going to start directing our attention and our intention on the things that we want to see grow in our life. You know, like meaningful connections. For me, it's deep, meaningful conversation with people. You know, that's what I enjoy the most. It is deep, meaningful conversation about life, about what it means to live, what brings joy in your life. I realize a big part of my gift and my incarnation here, the effect my soul wants to have on this life, because we talked a little bit about cause and effect, but it really is the overall effect that's initiating the cause, you know, the higher self that knows what the overall plan is, that is pulling you through all these different causes to have the effect that it wants to have, not just on you, on itself, on the incarnation, but on everybody else around you that's attached to you and connected to you. And when you release the expectations, the insistences, and allow life to unfold from the present moment, from a place of sort of neutrality but shaded toward that positive, right? Then the world's really going to open up. And it doesn't mean that there won't be things to come, challenges, obstacles, however you want to put it. The "are you sure" moments won't come. But what it means is you're going to get a different experience out of it. You're going to get a different meaning out of it. So really try to live today. Try to live today. So, and if you guys could do me a favor, reach down in the corner, spank that share button, send these messages out. Help me, help you, help me help the world, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to serve each other. We're here to serve the greater good of the collective by being present, by living in the moment, by ascribing a positive outlook or a negative outlook, if that's what you choose. And me personally, I've always been fairly optimistic. I've always been a bit of an optimist. I went through a period in life where I did have a bit of pessimism and cynicism, and because of that, I've spent time in the riptide, in the rip current, getting tossed around and beat up until, I wanted to escape, and I was told, no, that's not how you escape. You can't. You can't. You're here for a reason. You're here for a reason. As Dina says, sometimes we get told we are too much. Don't listen to those people. Live out loud, yes, in a positive way, and never look back. Yes, thank you, Dina, for saying so. That's absolutely true, right there, right there. Be authentic. What is who you are? Be authentically you. Don't hold yourself back, because we are limitless. We only limit ourselves by what we believe we are to be. And again, we're trying to shift from believing to knowing, right? Believing to knowing. But it all has to start with the belief that you can do something, right? It starts with the belief. And then you start taking the steps, and then it becomes knowing, because you've made actionable steps, and you start learning. And oh my gosh, I can do this. I can do this. Yeah, you can. You can do any damn thing you want to. But if you know that you can, it becomes that much faster, that much quicker. So I'm sitting here shuffling these cards, even though I've already delivered the message, but I want to see what the nature spirits have to say today. Nourishment. Allow yourself to be nourished. The rice card, the nourishment. And the 31. Nourish yourself with life. Not just food, but with your experience, with the people. Allow yourself to be fed by life. right? As you feed others, as you give of yourself, you'll get it in return, because again, what you put out is what you get back. And so if you put out this frequency of unconditional love and freedom and authenticity and knowing, you're going to get more people coming to you that way. You're going to get that in return, you know. But here's the thing. It comes with its challenges, because as I said, we've all incarnated here with a certain set of challenges and a certain set of gifts to overcome those challenges. Because again, at the higher self, the higher awareness, at source creator level, it needs to have this experience. It's trying to experience itself. And so it fractalizes itself into different incarnations, both seen and unseen, to grow, to evolve, to understand itself, to nourish itself, to set up challenge, to detract, to set up opportunities to transcend, to alchemize. So things like, if you came here to experience what it means to love unconditionally, you're going to experience betrayal. Just a simple fact. Because that's the point. To love them anyway. That's what unconditional means. Look it up. It means without condition. If you came here to figure out what it means to live authentically, you're going to have people that judge you, that say you're being fake, that say you're judgmental, that say that's not right. That's simple. If you came here to know what it means to experience unity, then you're going to have periods of separation. You're going to have to transcend that and work through that and know that you're not separate. So whatever it is that you came here to experience, you're going to experience it. You're going to experience the challenges, but here's the thing. You have the gifts to move through them. You just have to dig deep and figure out what that is. And that requires going within, right? Because the way out is actually in. And that's the paradox. And that's what screws people up, I think, sometimes. So, but nourish yourself today. Nourish yourself. What does that mean? What feeds your soul, right? Not just your physical vessel. What feeds your soul? This feeds mine. Deep conversation with people feeds my soul. Conversation about existence, right? Or existential challenges that we face, that feeds me. You guys feed me. You guys feed me when you show up here twice a week. And I'm thankful for it. I truly do appreciate each and every one of you that are watching and that do watch these. So, because that brings me joy. I enjoy doing this. It requires me to be present. It requires me to be vulnerable. It requires me to step through that gate of fear to get to the things that I want. It requires me to challenge myself. It requires me to let go of the judgments of myself. It requires me to see myself differently, to see myself from the present moment and not from the past, and not from the place in the future. I've been shown where I'm going, what my spirit wants to achieve in this incarnation, and it's to experience unity. It's to bring unity consciousness to people. It's to experience unconditional love, and that requires moments of betrayal. It's to figure out what it means to live authentically for me and what my truth is. And that's, excuse me, Sorry, got distracted there. And that requires presence, as I just got distracted. My focused awareness. She's yelling at the dog in there. So, feed your soul today. Nourish yourself. Nourish others. Give freely. Give freely, unconditionally, without condition, without insistence that it comes back to you, because it will come back to you. And I think the hang up with a lot of people is they focus a lot of intention, giving in certain areas of their life, expecting it to come back from those same areas. It doesn't work that way. It's a loop. It's a loop. You give over here and you receive from over here, right? It's giving with one hand and receiving with the other. It's a cycle. So live in the present moment today. Good day, Nomi. Thank you for tuning in. It's good to see your face up there. But be present today. Contemplate for yourself what it truly means for you to live rather than just exist. What does it mean to you? I know what it means to me. I know what feeds me. And I know what brings me life and what brings me joy. And like I said, it's having deep conversation about a great number of different subjects. So that's what I'm going to work on more today and in the days going forward. I don't know if you guys follow astrology or anything like that, or can sense the energy shift, but we have all the planets are now back direct. So full steam ahead. Full steam ahead. All the planets are direct till my birthday, May 6th, till my solar return on May 6th, my 50th. And then Pluto goes back into retrograde, which, you know, I've got a connection to that guy, to Hades. I've channeled him direct before. He and I are friends. I understand the role. So, know me. Being present with yet another round of illness at home, healing and working on finding peace. When my body is in pain and my mind is racing with so many things that need to be done. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, my prayers for you for a shift and for the pain to let go and good health to return. But I feel for you. I do. I feel for you. But be present, you know. And that's the thing. She said need there. And I had that come through in the prep too for this. Needs and wants, right? Needs are food, air, shelter, water, right? Those are basic needs. And if you've got those covered, then it's a matter of want. What is it you want? You want to live. You want to experience. You want to, you know, talk to people. You want to travel the world and see the world. You want to create art. You want to transcend or transform whatever it is that you're working on into some sort of financial stability or financial prosperity. Everybody wants financial abundance, and it's available to all of you. It's available to everyone. But again, requires you to radically shift your awareness and your perception about life and about yourself and about other people and about how you create. It requires you to be present and allow life to happen, allow it to come. When you release the insistence and the expectation, there's no more disappointment. When you allow life to unfold the way that higher self, higher awareness wants it to, is trying to achieve the overall effect, right? We go from cause and effect to now effect initiating the cause. One of the great paradoxes. When you allow it to happen, it's a radical shift. It's a radical shift. So, I'm going to pull one from the love deck here. Ooh. Pull one from the love deck because I'm feeling the call to do it. We get the freedom card. The freedom card says you are releasing self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness, which goes back to what I was just saying. It hits on it. It hits on it. It's different verbiage, right? People want freedom. People need freedom, not realizing that they already have it. That you already have it. You are free to choose. That is the freedom that you have. And when you release the old identities, the old labels, the old patterns, then you release that energy that holds you back. When you release the idea that you're limited, then you truly become unlimited, limitless. You have the freedom to move in any direction. You have the freedom to ascribe meaning to your life however you choose. So choose what you want. Choose. You're free to choose. The limits that you put on yourself are your own. Are your own. You bind yourself. I'm guilty of it too. I have been guilty of it. Of binding myself, of limiting myself, even though I know I'm limitless, even though I've experienced how creation works. I've seen it. I've experienced it. But again, sometimes it's challenging to be present and stay focused and maintain that discipline. It takes a great amount of strength and discipline to do so. As Abraham always says, you are so free you can choose bondage. Bingo. Love Abraham Hicks. Love Abraham and Esther Hicks. Yeah, that's essentially what I said. What you choose to focus on is what you're going to get out of it. The meaning that you ascribe to it is the experience you're going to get out of it. Yes, reality is very convincing. Yes, it is. When you wake up in this dream, when you understand that this is the dream, that this, what we call reality, is the dream, that it is all you creating it from up here. Again, the effect having the cause, initiating the cause. It can be very convincing, which is why it takes discipline, and it takes presence, and it takes openness, and it takes being vulnerable. It takes strength and courage to step beyond that gate of fear, that gate of self-imposed limit, to move forward. As Tasha says, my dad always told me I was free to do what I wanted and never hold back. Yeah, absolutely. That's why, that's one of the things I love about you. That's actually one of the things I love about you, Tasha, is that you don't. You don't. This is why I say you're probably the strongest woman I've met. Strongest woman I know. Seeing the things that you are capable of, that I've seen you do, but also seeing where you've, sort of held back in some spots. And that's okay. That's your incarnation. It's no judgment. I love you unconditionally. So thank you, Angela, for joining me, and thank you for the direct donation yesterday. Thank you so very much. That is greatly appreciated. That is greatly appreciated. But live today. Contemplate what it means for you. You know, the difference between living and existing. That's pretty much the main message today. And that you have the freedom to choose. You have the freedom to choose. Nourish yourself, nourish your life, nourish the people around you. Right? The 31 on the nourishment card. Bring balance to your crown. Bring balance to your thought. Right? It's about inner peace, because the outside's going to match the inside. The outside is just a mirror. Again, we've talked about this. Shift the perception of these being receivers to being a projector. They're not just receiving information, they are projecting the information. And your body and your other senses are what's receiving the information coming in from that projection. And when you learn to take ownership of your projection, how you see the world, then you free yourself from other people's perceived limitations of you, your perceived limitations. They'll stop showing up. They'll show up differently. They may show up in a different face and ask you, are you sure that's what you believe? Are you sure that's what you know? And you have to be like, yeah, I'm fucking certain. I'm fucking certain. I know what I know, and I know what I've experienced, and nobody's going to tell me different. Because this is my incarnation. This is my experience. Not anybody else's. They have theirs. I have mine. I know who I am. That's just another unhealed fractal or portion of me saying, are you sure? Are you sure that's how you see the world? Are you sure that's what you know to be true? And if you say inside, yeah, then that's going to change. It's going to go away. And it's going to eventually stop coming back around. Because you're changing. You've changed. You've shifted your perception. You've shifted your awareness. You've become present. So, Tasha says she loves to nourish people. And you do. And you do. I do too. I do too. So, anyway, questions, comments, curiosities about anything I said. Need any clarifications? Again, I appreciate each and every one of you. As Nomi says, asking for levity and joy in this moment of transition. This twice fixed soul is working on releasing attachments to everything. Your career, your goals, relationships. Where's the rest of that? I cut that off. Not leaving anyone or escaping anything, but letting go of what I think it means and what has been important to me. We are metamorphosizing. Yes, the old me is shedding. Yes, I want to leap joyfully into the next era of our gorgeous earth. Nourishing myself is of paramount importance to this transformation. Bingo. Right there, Nomi. Way to sum it up. I love that. I love that. Let go of your limitations, man. Let go of other people's expectations of you, which are really just your expectations being mirrored back at you. Asking you, are you sure? That's what that is. That's what that is. You know, it's true. Expectation only leads to disappointment. When you release the idea of how it's supposed to be and accept things as they are, that frees you. That frees you. When you release yourself of the expectations upon yourself to achieve, to do whatever, then you free yourself. You let go of those limits and you become childlike again. You become a beginner again, and you just start going, you know. Rumi says, when you start to walk the way appears. Well, to do that, you have to go through that gate of fear to get to the other side of it. That gate of fear, of self-imposed limits, of doubt, of insecurity, of anxiety. whatever it may be. You have to go through it. And that gate is in here. That gate is in here. That's where it's at. It's not out there. It's in here. Because out there matches in here. So continue to grow, Nomi. Continue to transform. Continue to release and shed old identities, old labels, old beliefs. Again, it's about shifting from believing to knowing. When you know, absolutely, Nomi, I will pull a card for you. Maybe, man. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Nomi. Just a minute. Let's see here. What does Nomi and the rest of us need to know today? How do we unlock the power of freedom? How do we unlock the nourishment within our own selves? How do we begin to nourish ourselves? How do we begin to stay present? What do we need to know? What is the power of love telling us that we need to activate? What do we need to know and activate? Cooperation. It takes cooperation, and I pulled this card Friday, so... in your quest to manifest the energy of love, you have to realize that every person and every experience has value. Powerful. Because again, they are you. It takes cooperation, not just with outside. It takes cooperation with your higher self. It takes you being present, you listening, you saying, okay, I'm open to receive, and then allowing what comes through to come through. And then making the hard choice to step through that gate of fear, because chances are they may tell you that you need to make a move, you need to go in a certain direction, and it's going to require some strength. It's going to require some courage. It's going to require some passion. It's going to require some presence. It's going to require your cooperation with your higher self. Cooperation with your knowing, with your spirit team, and cooperation with all that is in allowing it to come. And that may come in the form that you might not expect. Again, expectation, disappointment. It may come in the form of another person. It may come in the form of going to a certain spot unknowingly of what might happen. I know that happens for me a lot of times. A lot of times I'll be here by myself, listening, studying, learning, being present, and I'll get an insight. I need you to go here. And I'm like, why do I need to go there? There's something for you there. Okay, so I go. I've learned to cooperate with the outside world, with the unseen realms, and I've learned to try to live in cooperation and collaboration with all the different fractals or aspects of me that come into my awareness that say, are you sure? Or yes, you're fucking amazing. Let's do this together. I want to support you. I want to help you grow. I want to, be in a cooperative, collaborative, creative experience with you. In order for us to shift from that old way, that old earth way, into the new earth way, it requires cooperation. Cooperation from above, with the unseen, and cooperation with all those different fractals and aspects of ourselves that we see out there in the mirror. So, hope that helps, Nomi. Cooperation today. Allow. Tasha. I love a card to know what you need to serve your highest self this week. What does Tasha need to know to help serve her highest good this week? And again, it's all love. Love is unconditional, but be present, Tasha. Be present. You have to live in the moment and be able to bring forth the energy of love into your circumstances, your current circumstances. Again, it goes back to the original message about being present. Be present. That there is so much power in the present moment. I don't think people really truly understand how much power there lies in the present moment. That's where everything stems from. Everything stems from the present moment. You know, the past dictates the future dictates the past, but it all happens in the now. It all happens in the present. And so be present this week, Tasha. Be present this week. And you're welcome, Nomi. Be present. Be present. Dreamweavers, I know, I hear you over there calling, so let's see what you got to say today. All power here and now. Absolutely, Nomi. All power here and now. All power here and now. And I'm ready for us to get back into present moment, collaborative, cooperative moments. I'm ready to get the podcast fired up again. I think it's about time. With the Dreamweavers for us today. All the magic everywhere. All the magic everywhere. The Dreamweavers say all the magic is everywhere. And if you look around, you will see it. If you are present, you will see the magic in the moment. You will see the magic in the moment. As we get the 14 here, the crown and the solar plexus, the I know and the I do. As you see the character there, walking, carrying, moving forward, doing life, living, being present, taking in and noticing the magic that is everywhere. You are the magic. Each and every one. You are the magic. Yes, Nomi Friday, absolutely. You are the magic. Man, I just love these cards. The artwork on these cards is amazing. Sorry, I had to drop into the present moment. Get a good look at that card. Look at all the elements in that card. You guys see the little dolphin down there? Right? What does that card inspire in you? Right? Looks like he's just walking on clouds, just surfing the sky, surfing the unknown. Right? They're in between realms. The lower emotional awareness, the higher awareness, you in the middle, in the present moment. Noticing all the magic everywhere. You guys are the magic. We are the magic. We are the ones that create this reality based on how we see it. And what we see and what we direct our attention to and what we direct our focus on is going to continue to grow. So Tasha says, absolutely, I've been present in the last week more than ever. I've rid some people from my life that I've not been in my highest good because I walk in my faith, and I plan on staying that way. Yes. Yeah, it's been an interesting week, couple of weeks to sit with you and watch as you work through and continue to grow and continue to learn, and the things that have come into my awareness and your awareness when we're together that have been reminders. We've had a lot of reminders over this last week about being present and how reality is created and how we do it. Especially this past weekend. But the Dreamweavers want you to know that all the magic is everywhere, man. It really is. If you just take a moment to come to the present and be present and notice it. And truly notice it. Then we get another one here. This one's about release. That's upside down. This is about release, right? When it's time to say goodbye. When it's time to say goodbye, the 32, right? It's time to say goodbye to a lot of things for a lot of people. And that's hard. That can be hard. Saying goodbye, letting things go that you know don't serve you anymore. letting people go, letting beliefs go, letting ideas, letting those things go can be painful, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. But when it's time to say goodbye, you have to recognize it, and you have to be willing. If you're not willing, you're going to continue to drag more of those experiences into your awareness to say, are you sure? You still want to carry that brick? You still want to carry that load that is this idea of scarcity, this idea of separation, this idea of lack, this idea of self that no longer serves you, this identity, this mask that you're wearing, this label that somebody else has given you. Are you sure you want to carry that? Are you sure you want to carry that? Are you sure you want to continue to limit yourself because of somebody else's opinion or your opinion of yourself? Are you sure? It's time to say goodbye. 32, bring balance to your heart space by letting go. Also, notice the lotuses. The lotus does not grow without the mud, meaning everything happened for a reason. You can't have the blessings without the pain. The idea that you're just human. Yes, what a great card it says. Yes. Yeah, the idea that we're just human. No, we are spirit incarnate having a human experience, not humans having a spiritual experience. We're spirits having a human experience. The idea that aging means weakness. No, that means growth. That means wisdom. Right? That means wisdom. Can't wait to get back to the gym. Yes, come on. Let's do it. Aging doesn't mean weakness. A lot of times that means clarity. Because you've experienced and you know now what you don't prefer. So now go after the things that you do. It's literally the freedom card. You get to choose what you want to do with your life. You get to choose the direction you want to go. It is all about you and what you prefer. And if you prefer to see yourself as limited or aged or incapable, then that's what's going to happen. Those experiences should come to match that, to mirror that. But if you reinforce the I am prayer, and that's what it is, we're in constant prayer here, folks. We're in constant communication with Spirit because we are Spirit. We're in constant communication. We're constantly giving and receiving messages to ourself, from ourself, through other aspects of self. And so when you let go, when you say goodbye to the things that you don't prefer anymore, you allow the things that you do to come. So, again, when it's time to say goodbye, now is the time. No better time than now. No better time than now. But release it with gratitude. Release it with gratitude. You know what? That was a hard fucking experience. That was a hard lesson. But you know what? I'm thankful for it because without that, I wouldn't be as fucking strong as I am now. Oh, as she says, these rounds of illness have really tried to bring my spirit down. Not sure what or why it's happening, and it's none of my business. You're on a need-to-know base of spirit. You're just surrendering all the time and being gentle with yourself, but I can't wait for your energy return. Yeah, that's what happens when you live on the cross of the unexpected, isn't it? Living on the incarnation cross of the unexpected. That's your challenge, though. But you've been given a gift. The gift of insight. That fixed air. That fixed air consciousness. that knows. That knows. You know. You know. You're one of those that know. It's just in the allowance. And sometimes that's challenging. So we can chat today and soundboard a little bit if you'd like to, Nomi. I've got an appointment at 10 o'clock, but after like 11 noon, I should be fairly free. If you've got time and you want a soundboard, give me a call. Tasha says, my aging has come with power. I fucking know that's right. I've seen it. I've watched it. It's been fun to watch. It's been fun to watch you reclaim your identity, reclaim who Tasha is, the woman I fell in love with over 30 years ago. And yeah, that's been fun. It's been fun and exciting to watch and witness. All right, Dreamweavers, one more as we're at 9 o'clock now. So we're an hour in. Last card today, last message here. Dreamweavers, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? If a cat curls around the moon, this goes along with that it's time to let go card, but this is specifically about you and how you interact with your creation, with your family and friend group, and how you see yourself in it. We have the 36 here, which is, again, all chakras in balance, and 6 is the hands. This is what we create with, right? This is, again, metaphoric, but this is how we create. This is how we heal. This is how we create or destroy. And so when the cat curls around the moon, it's telling you to bring balance to your creation by letting go of other people's beliefs, ideas, and opinions of you. Because again, they're mirroring back what you believe about yourself. And that will help bring balance to your creation. Right? You see him reaching for the star there. Reaching for the star. But look at him. He's doing it lazily. He's not doesn't have to put any effort in. There's got to be some effort. There's got to be some effort. That's the whole point of this experience. That's the whole point of this experience. We love you too, Nomi. Tasha says the loss of your son kicked your ass, but you're learning to turn that pain into power. Yeah. It's all in a matter of what you do with it. What you choose to do with it. Your free will choice to do with that. You can either see it as a weight, an anchor tied around your neck that's going to keep you pulled down and limited, or you can see it as a blessing that radically shifted your awareness and your perception of the world and allowed you to have clarity. And as hard as the experience was for both of us, that's what it did for me. It brought more clarity for me in how I see the world. As Nomi says, I know this to be true from experience. Self-love and radical compassion is the direct power of Source. Fucking facts, yo. Right there, everybody. Right there, what Nomi says. Know to be true from experience. That self-love and radical self-compassion is the direct power of Source. It is. Because I've said many times, Source, God, Creator, Great Spirit, whatever you want to call it, loves unconditionally. That is what powers the cosmos. That's what powers creation in the universe. The unconditional love of creating. It can either create in this way or it can create in this way. But all is of the whole, meaning all the fear, all the pain, all the suffering, all the peace, all the joy, all the love and experience. It's all in the same sphere. And that sphere is you. Here, having this experience. Your sphere, your projection, your bubble, it's all there. Nomi says, my creation thrives with self-love and love is returned tenfold, even by strangers. Bingo, right there. Because what you put out is what you get back. It's just a matter of where you direct your attention. If you put it out over here and expecting to get it back from over here, you're not going to see it coming from somewhere else. You're not open to it. You're not allowing it to happen. Give with the right hand, receive with the left. That means I'm giving over here and I'm getting it from over here. It's literally this simple, folks. It really is. And that's what seems so paradoxical. People's like, it can't be that fucking simple, Matthew. No, it is. It truly is. It can be as simple or as complex as you make it. Life doesn't have to be difficult. We are meant to enjoy it. It's supposed to be enjoyable. It's supposed to be fun. We make it complicated. We make it complicated when we start listening to what everybody else tells us. When we stop listening above, when we stop listening from our heart, when we stop listening to our higher awareness and to what our intuition is. You know? It's literally this simple, which is why I say it the way I say it. What you put out is what you get back. As above, so below. As within, so without. It's all a fucking mirror. And it's all up to you to ascribe the meaning. It's up to you. As Abraham says, manifesting a castle is the same as manifesting a button. It's all in your vibration. Facts. Facts. Think of yourself as a fucking radio receiver. What you tune yourself to is what you're going to bring in. You're an electromagnet. And what you tune that frequency to is going to start pulling that to you. And it's going to start, conversely, pushing everything else that doesn't match that frequency away. I've said it before. It really is fit in or fuck off. The things you want are going to fit. The things you don't want are going to fuck off. Literally, that's simple. But that's the idea, and that's the message today, is to fucking live. Stop existing and start living. And that requires being present. And that requires vulnerability. That requires courage. That requires strength. That requires zero expectation on how it appears. That's the allowance. Tasha says, I push my love and light out into this world. Yes, you do. That you fucking radiate it. You radiate it. And that was one of the, that's initially what drew me to you. It was like a fucking moth to a flame, man. I'm sitting in a dark, dark space. Dark inner space. And in walks Tasha. It was just like this glowing light that I just couldn't help but take notice. That I got to go find out what that is. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. So, today, folks, live. Live life. You know, they're going to try to give you a bunch of rules to follow. But you just got to keep on living, man. Livin. Living. As Angela says, there was a book you mentioned on Friday about the give and receive or balance or something like that. Or loan to Lenny. Oh, it was the Emerald Tablets of Hermes and the Kybalion. The study of Hermetics, which is literally how creation works. It's the blueprint. If you can understand that, you'll get it. But yes, it was the Emerald Tablets of Hermes Trismegistus and the Kybalion. Kybalion. By the three initiates. So pick up a copy of that. And I don't mean the 3 tablets or the Emerald Tablets that's put out by Billy Carson. His is skewed. While he touches on things, I think he over elaborates and distorts some of the meaning. So look for a different copy. Pick up the Kybalion, the Emerald Tablets and the Kybalion, because that literally tells you how it works. Literally tells you how it works. So, thank you everybody for joining me. If you would, smash the like button, the share button, hit the link button, stars button, all that jazz. If you want to donate direct like Angela did, thank you again, Angela, for your donation. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. If you want to continue to support me and this mission, please do. Feel free. That's not necessary, but please feel free to do so. It is greatly appreciated and helps to continue this production and help me upgrade this production and other creative outlets to help me share the insights and my vision and my knowing, my gnosis. So thank you all. I love each and every one of you. Nomi, Angela, Tasha, Ren, Carolyn, whoever else was with me. Thank you all so very much. I love you all, and I can't wait to see each and every one of you in person. Ren, proud of you. Nomi, proud of you. Angela, proud of you. Tasha, so very proud of you. All of you. Each and every one of you are so fucking powerful that you're so powerful that if you think you're not, that's how powerful you are. So powerful, such powerful creators. Each and every one of you. And each and every one of you have this amazing light and this divine love that I know moves the world and makes change and creates change. You just got to learn to cooperate with yourself. So, till Friday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time for the next edition of the Oracle at 8. I'm Matthew Levi. I encourage each and every one of you to live, to be present. Live your life. Stop existing. Start living. And contemplate what that means for you. Till Friday, I love you. Be well and take care.